few weeks since it gone live. Tony D is in the building.
What's up, bro?
You tell me, man. You've been all over the world. Well, at least all over the East Coast.
Yeah, I have. Good night, man. Love you too. My big boy going to bed, man. Sorry about that.
Oh no, Jason going to bed or
no, my oldest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just put Jason to bed about 30 minutes ago. Yeah, I've been running up and down the East Coast, man. It was worth it. It was did it, y'all. I'm about to let me go ahead and tell you like you told me. You lied to my face. You lied to my face. I told you when I got off the plane before I got on the shuttle to go get a rental car, I was in town. And of course, don't nobody see the broadcast. Ain't nobody answer the phone. Can't nobody respond to a message. It's okay. It's okay. You lied to my face.
Tony D, you're right. I can't fix this.
I caught Smoke right before I left. An hour before I left to go take the rental car back, I caught up with Smoke. I thought I was going to get on both of y'all. I told y'all for a month I was coming up there. You're going to show me a picture of a burger on the grill up in New York. I get there. I get the rental car. I got time. No Ted Hicks. Oh.
You're right. I got caught. It was a rough week, man.
I can't hate the player. I got to hate the game, but the player played the game all wrong.
Yo, let me bring you up on screen.
Oh, snap. I did that whole skit. You didn't even have me on camera. Boy,
we didn't even have you on camera, man.
You was a sneaky something.
Yo, let's see. Boom. Yeah, dude.
Oh, snap. But yeah, I had an excellent time. I did a broadcast on the time I had, how the trip went to me, what it meant. Everything's called Grove Chronicles on mine. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Family, right, man?
Oh man, it's essential, and I'm gonna emphasize to everybody, based on a lot of what's going on and how people are being affected. Take the time that you can, see some family, see some friends, or at least get in touch with them more than anything, because it can rejuvenate you. It can do something for you. I literally do save up all year for one trip a year as best as possible. And it's worth it to me. If you don't have those family connects, I understand. If you don't have a lot of those friend connects, I understand. But you got somebody that you're good with. You probably got some people that you're good with. Try to rekindle some old good vibes. You know what I'm saying? Definitely do that.
Gotta have someone. Gotta have someone there.
And some people don't. So I don't do it to gloat. I do it because I need it. I hope it helps people, which is I've been told it has. I haven't had anybody tell me that. They tired of me doing it.
But where is there gloating at something like that? Where is
because if you do too much, people will see you as showing off. And
because you have family and because there's love?
Because you're able to. Some people aren't able to. And that's a very big phrase in the world, if you will. Everybody ain't able.
Okay.
But some people have their ways of celebrating life and enjoying things. Me is getting around my family, letting the kids see everybody. They get to see the kids. I'm not a front. I'm me. And this is what I do. Some people are themselves. They do how they do. And some people don't have as many folks as I do. That's just one side of me getting with folks. That was just my father's side of the family. I didn't even get with my mother's side of the family yet, which is a whole nother crew. What's up, Debbie? How you doing?
Deb, how you doing?
When I go see my high school folks, if I ever get to Virginia Beach, I'm going to holler at them. I'm definitely going to try and holler at True one good time and see if he'll hang out one good night before I cut up, because he'll walk away after he see the craziness, because we gets down. We gets down. I ain't get around my Air Force folks. I ain't get around my Tuskegee University folks from when I was in college. I mean, I just be all over. People like, you be doing it all. Yeah.
But I want to stop you for a second, because what's important is there's different factions. Carlinda, how you doing?
What's up, Carlinda?
What's so important is there's different factions in your life. So there's your family, there's your college friends, there's your friends from the military. From the military, the friends that you blew up, that you grew up with on the block, your high school friends, your work friends, and I think that's so important.
A lot of people don't have it. Like I said, nice to tell people, I don't do this to show off. I do this to show people that I made it. I do this to show people who gave me advice on getting better within myself and changing my ways that I did
Mm-hmm.
miss. And of course, I don't have to, but I'll be damned if I wasn't given some good advice in my life, taught some
Of
good ways.
course.
And a lot of the ways that I did do it did make it. When I get around family, I get around friends, I get around people I used to be around, even my um
Bo Adams,
former
how you
coworkers.
doing? Yes, he
What's
is a
up,
good
bro?
dude.
My old folks that I used to work with in Alabama. I try to go see some of them. That trip I got planned coming up again as well.
Right.
It's a lot, and I'm around a lot of people. I got to consider myself blessed with as many people as I know that are still good with me. Some people do look forward to seeing me again. Some people, yeah, just do it again. Yeah, I know, but I got folks good, looking out for it. So I'm working on that more than anything.
And
Oh wow,
Debbie chimes in to say her daughter and her granddaughter live in the UK's. Next summer will be 3 years,
right?
and she hasn't seen her yet. So hopefully, once we get through this mess,
Yes.
and and we don't know when we're going to get through the mess.
We don't. And Debbie, please, I talked to Debbie last night for the first time. She never came on live, and she came on live for me last night. So, Debbie, I do
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, I had a good conversation with her. She will
that's
smack
good.
talk with all of us. So, she definitely needs to be in any random conversation we have. But I hate to say it, Debbie, it may be a minute. My apologies if I offend you. It's something that I see because I don't even worry about international travel right now, vaccinated or not. That's a long flight, consolidated airspace. You don't know who has what. Air man, please. Like I said, I saw Outbreak. Y'all play around if y'all want to.
No, I
I'm not
hear
doing it.
you,
Yeah,
but
I'm not doing it.
it's just the impact.
Absolutely, Debbie. Good call,
It's
lady.
it's
Good
it's
call.
just the overall impact, because I remember when this whole thing started, and
Yes.
from March to about maybe no, I'm gonna say from March 2020 to about maybe around about the Super Bowl, I hadn't seen my dad. Eleanor,
Mm.
how you doing? I hadn't seen my dad in person. I mean, I saw him on FaceTime, and we were like, okay, we're gonna watch such and such game, and then it just got to the point where one day, and this is before, no, was this before? Was this no? This was after the vaccines had rolled out.
Yes, the
You
first
know,
set, the first section. Yeah.
yeah. This was after the vaccines had rolled out, because I think he came over. He came over for the Super Bowl, and it was like something where you used to seeing, when you used to seeing loved ones, and then all of a sudden you don't get to see them. It's like it starts to affect you, because FaceTime is
Yes.
great, but
It's
FaceTime
not
is
person to
FaceTime.
person. Yeah, and it's all we got right now. Colin, I'm not starting this with you. We have beat that
Yeah,
into a
yeah,
dead horse.
yeah.
We
So,
already know. We beat that into a dead horse. We
so,
already know, lady.
I'm gonna
I have a
say
friend of
this.
mine going through the same thing you're going through. Just what you just said. The FaceTime is one thing, but after a
Yeah.
while, you got to get back in. I haven't seen my mom since last year, Thanksgiving. I went to go see her. She's not
Hmm.
coming out amongst this mess. She's not even playing with it. I don't blame her. But I had just talked to her today too, and
Yeah, it just got
everything's
to a
calm.
point.
Yeah,
Got to a point, because you got to remember, our parents are in, like, you know, my dad's in his late 80s.
right.
So when you're looking, when you're dealing with stuff like that, it's nothing to play around with. It's nothing to
No, it's
play
not.
around with.
No, it's not.
I guess we'll talk about some. Like I said, I've gone live.
Hold on. What the fuck was that?
Oh,
Hold on.
all right. You do that,
You do that.
Tony. You go check on that. Um, we will say, Tony, let's start something. Tony, sorry. Yeah, I know that Debbie, that's so true. It's hard. And this is the impact that.
I had to
Hey,
put
how
the
you
switch
doing?
on. My bad.
And that's, we're just talking about the impact of seeing family, of getting out. I mean, it had to take a lot, because so Tony, for you to have your family reunion,
Mhm.
who spearheaded it, and was that person kind of like, oh, Debbie, my condolences on this. lost
my
mom.
condolences too, man. Look at Linda. She a mess. Last the reunion, my stepmother does it.
Okay.
My dad's wife. She we was doing this before he passed.
Okay.
She would try to organize a little something, and then it was a good idea to bring all the kids around. And I really do think she did it for my dad. I am very appreciative to her. She's my stepmother, but she's more like a big sister.
Okay.
I'm trying to say that because we're close to the same age. She's got me by about a couple of years.
Okay.
But I'm grateful for her. Even as my dad passed or something goes on or we need help, she just kicks out the money to us. Y'all, come on, I got it.
Yeah.
And that's what family's supposed to do. And I told everybody this year, y'all need to start saving your money up. Y'all getting grown. This is getting old. You don't realize how much.
Getting grown or already grown?
Well, yeah, we're going to have to say already grown because the baby girl, the youngest, just started college.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So the only one who should be broke are the college students and her. The rest of us got jobs. Even me. I try to keep a tally on what she spent. I told her I'm going to pay her back. She said she don't want the money. I said, no, you're missing the point. You've been kicking it out for us, not asking it for a return. How we get on our feet and I look back out for you? That's some bull. You know what I'm saying? So, and she knows me. When she came for my wedding, when me and my wife got married, I gave her some of the money back. And she said, why? So let me tell you something. I know what it costs to fly. I know what it costs to rent a car. I know what it costs to get a hotel. I know how much she was trying to kick out to us. You won't take some of this money back.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at my dad. My dad was like, well, I said, because all the years I was calling you because I needed it. Right now, I want to reciprocate what you have done because I'm on my feet. You gave it to me to get back on my feet.
Right.
You made a sacrifice. You have an opportunity to get back to do what you need to do or clear something out here, please. It's not about blocking blessings. It's about reciprocating the love. People got to get that through their heads. Appreciate you, Debbie. Seriously.
You know, it's not one-sided. It's not one-sided. And
people do take it one-sided. People treat it one-sided. They figure somebody gives it to you. Don't worry about giving it to them back. What happens when they get in the jam and then you ain't got it?
But at the same time, people take kindness for a weakness.
And that's the other example I was going to give. I'm not going to do that. Not no more. Not as long as I got a career.
Right.
I've got a career and I'm stable. The only way I overspend is by going out to eat, which I'm trying to slow down. I did slow down this year just so I could have something. I brought my oldest son home. Everybody knows I put the money into that, so they're not looking for it. But even if I got to call my sister for something, she'll send it and vice versa.
Yeah.
We do that. People got to pay folks back. I start with family on purpose because family has spent the most on you.
Of course.
You got friends, they kick something out to you, kick it back. They don't want it, but I'll be damned. There's only. Remember when you gave it to them instead of being like, I don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And I emphasize that on purpose. I emphasize that on purpose because I know plenty of folks that was there for me. I know folks that helped people and couldn't get reciprocation from the people that they helped, and it pained them. You don't put nobody through that pain.
No, you don't.
If they go through a pain, don't let it be because you didn't get back what they gave you. Jesus helped 10 people. One came back. He asked, where were the other 9? Maybe I misinterpreted it, but damn it, reciprocate. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. It's true. Hey, I want to ask you.
Yes, sir.
About the Sunday Night Smoke podcast has dropped 50 cents into the kitty. We thank you. We love you. And a question or statement. It's happening in New York, but it's going to be happening very shortly elsewhere. Federal unemployment assistance comes to an end.
Yes.
So the financial aid from the United States government that has aided millions of households across the country affected by the pandemic is coming to an end. The federal unemployment assistance gave an additional $300 a week in benefits, which helped out a lot of people who lost their jobs or had their hours cut during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
According to the New York State Department of Labor, the unemployment rate for Long Island in the month of July was 5.2%. This is an improvement from July 2020, when Long Island unemployment rate was 12.8%. Still, many people continue to struggle with finding a job or are afraid to work in public settings while COVID is still a concern. The end of the pandemic unemployment assistance will affect more than 7 million Americans in 26 states, including New York.
I didn't think about the people who are afraid of going back to work because of COVID. Legitimately. I forgot about that. I didn't think about that.
7 million people, 26 states.
The biggest concern I have for the people who haven't had a chance to get back on their feet yet. What I stated last year was I was a supporter of the stimulus checks due to the people who lost jobs because the businesses shut down. The single moms who the kids were home with school with, single parents, not just the moms, the single parents home because the kids can go back to school. They need it. I'm still a supporter of them. It's been a year.
You're still a supporter of the assistance, or you're still you're
going to have
supporter
to, as far as the parents who are home with the kids and the people who can't find what they need based on what they had before the pandemic hit.
Right.
I have to support that. I know people who have struggled. I know people who are still going through the struggle. I remember being unemployed. I remember not being able to find what I used to make. I remember that. So yeah, I would still support it.
Here's the, unfortunately, the discussion has to be derailed to the point where the funding was provided, but did all the people that received the funding, did they actually need it?
Yes.
Or I think a better question is, did anyone game the system?
Oh, plenty. Plenty. Now, that's where I will look crazy. I don't care.
No, you won't look crazy.
The people, the stereotype of gaming the system means you got money you didn't need because you were better off, or you were still able to maintain. You were being greedy. I'll throw myself out there. I do have a career. I was good, but I did still receive a check.
Okay.
I can't tell you I didn't need it.
Okay.
Because my son couldn't go back to school.
Well, I don't think you should. I don't think you should scrutinize yourself.
I'm throwing myself out there on purpose as an example because I would seem hypocritical trying to chastise the people who got over on the system when I received the check as I had a job. The check was originally designed for people who didn't have anything.
Right.
But what they did was set it to the people below a specific income, which is a lot of us, as stable as we feel that we are. That's a lot of us. 75 grand in a year is a very high ceiling to me. Because I know if I was at 75 independently, I don't think I would need anything.
Right.
But if you've got a family, you do. Let's be clear. Once you get that second and third child, you need more than 75 grand in a year. Stop it. So my whole thing by their standards, I was grateful.
Well, Tony, I got to jump in here because I just want to talk about the point, and it's a small piece where I say, okay, I'm making more money staying home than I am going in.
That's for people who are that situation. I remember making less than $30,000 in a year. I would have said the same thing.
Right. Because what can you get with that amount? I mean, inflation.
Inflation
cost
is
of living adjustments.
Yes.
That this stuff has to happen. So I don't know. I'm just kind of stuck.
Well, the reason I'm not stuck, I've been on both sides. I'm on the side where I'm like, okay, I didn't need it. Then I'm on the side where, damn, I wish I would have got it. And here I am sitting in a situation where I'm at both personally.
Right.
But parents with kids who are home, they needed it. You can't go to work like you're supposed to. Some people lost their jobs because they had to stay home with their kids. I think
that's a different. Like I said, this is one little faction that I was looking at, but there's a big plan. I mean, there's okay. You take this country, solely the country. It's a small pocket of people who were unable to work because of childcare duties, or they had to stay home with the kids, or their job shut down. That's one piece of it. You know,
Imagine not having benefits and losing your job. You needed that check more than anything.
yeah, and it wasn't enough.
No, not to a lot of people. No. If you look at those numbers, it was a lot of money kicked out. But how much is rent in most places? How much is mortgage in most places? How much are utilities? We're not talking about expenditures. I'm talking utilities. I'm
Right.
not counting water, lights, gas, rent, and or mortgage. Then you got car note, car insurance. You got cable. You got Wi-Fi. You got cell phone.
But I got to stop you. What's a want? What's a need?
That's what I'm going through.
Okay.
Especially to me would be water, gas, lights, rent or mortgage. You're going to need a vehicle. You got to maintain the vehicle. You can't search for a job unless you got a vehicle. I've applied for jobs. I've gone through unemployment. Nobody calls you back until you show up. That was back in 2011. So you got to be able to get out and get around. No, that's not enough. You haven't eaten yet. No, that's not enough. You need a phone to talk to people and to call to people. Nobody has home phones. Everybody got cell phones. Then you got to have someone have voicemail. You got to pay for all that. No, it wasn't enough. You've got kids you got to feed. No, that wasn't enough. Not just your groceries, theirs too. You got doctor's appointments you got to maintain because due to COVID, everybody's got to get checked and or vaccinated. If not, monitored due to conditions that was previous before the pandemic. No, that's not enough. So yes, I would be in support of it. All of these factors come into play. And I'm not going to sit back and be like, you know what, I got this. Those aren't my issues. They need to go do something or they need to move. Not everybody can afford to move. You and I spoke on this before.
Right.
Everybody can't afford to move from where they're at. If you've got a home established, you lose your job. You can't just up and move from your house. Everybody up here knows that unless you never had a house before.
That's true.
You can change apartments, but you got to qualify for the apartment. Then you got to move down there. Then you got to find a job when you get there. That takes money. No, it wasn't enough.
Heavenly Dew, how you doing?
What's up, Heavenly Dew? She just said, hey, Ted. Ugh.
Oh, Heavenly Dew, there's someone else also up here, and he's jealous.
Oh. I hadn't talked to her in a minute, though. How you doing, lady? I hadn't talked to her in a minute.
But
she said, give me a minute, G's. Oh, God. Hello, everyone. Oh, she still did me like that.
There you go. You still did him dirty. He's still not happy. He's still not happy. Oh, my goodness. But I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I think we all need to look at that. We got to think about the people who aren't in our situations. As everybody says, the less fortunate than what we have.
Right.
And I would be supportive. We have that much of a surplus, as already been stated. I'm not mad at them helping people out. I'm definitely not mad at the fact that they consider the standard of what the income level should be.
Right.
Instead of where everybody's at. That's where that $75,000 limit came in. And I got to give them credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Your basic minimum wage standard should have been probably at that level. And that's how they did it. As you got higher, decrease the check a little bit till you hit the $100,000 mark. I got to give them that. If you below six figures, you're getting assistance.
Right. Right. And
not provisions, assistance.
The crazy thing about it, depending on the size of your family, even if you're making six figures, depending also on where you live and how high your taxes are, and it still is going to be hard to take care of your family.
Right.
And I know people say, "Oh, but you're on six figures." Still, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
how you're living with those six figures, and you want to have the best for your family, and that shouldn't be judged because they don't want to be judged based on what they want to do. That's why I'm in support of it.
Thank you, Sunday Night Smoke, for another Creative Genius Award contribution. We are living it up. We're going to be drinking Starbucks. Eric Hypes is in the building. Our guy, Eric.
What's up, Eric? How you living, man?
Wow. Haven't seen him in a while. And he was always a positive force.
Yeah.
On Haps. So let's get into the hurricane. Let's get into, this is what I usually say to most of my friends. I said, okay, this is strictly me, and this is in my opinion. So I'm in the clear now because I said in my opinion, right? Because then all of a sudden, oh my goodness, here you go. What can't be fixed? A lot of things can't be fixed. One thing that can't be fixed? Being the president of the United States.
Nope.
I said there's a couple things. To me, here's like the two worst jobs in the world: the president of the United States and FEMA administrator. Could you imagine being a FEMA administrator?
No, I'm not even mad at you for saying that. That's a good point.
They can't get that right. Period. Good to see both of you as well. Thank you, Ted and Tony. Much love to you, Eric. You got to let us know when you come back on, when you're regularly on, so we can jump in and support. But I'm serious. Put the president aside because that has just been soiled, that position. And I don't know anyone who would want to run for that position.
The past two presidents we had didn't even want the job. Spoiler alert.
Right. Okay. So let's put that to the side. FEMA administrator. Dude, can you think of a more thankless job?
No, yeah, but that's a pretty high one. Yes, that is a pretty high standard that you put, and I'm not mad at you for saying that. I was going to say the cops.
Oh, no. That's like, so what these two jobs that we just enabled, we just talked about, and we enabled the people that have held these positions. They're so high. It's like, this is Avengers level, and the cops and everything else is more like the Defenders type level, like ground level.
Yes.
Yo, so you got a hurricane, right? You know the hurricane's coming, right?
Yes.
So state of emergency is declared.
Yes.
Okay. So holy hell is about to hit.
Yes.
And it's about to hit remote city USA.
Right.
Where the hell is FEMA?
FEMA won't do anything until after.
How come trucks and relief and everything else isn't just rolled out there automatically so that there's boots on the ground? When all hell and fire and brimstone is done, FEMA should be there with the governing bodies to help the people with food, services, resources.
Can't be there before, because what they put down will be destroyed as well by the storm.
So there's this next one coming, right? There's this next one. Next one is
what is this?
There's the next.
It's called Lab.
So Debbie said, every time this happens, we're never ready. Why? I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll do my homework on it. And Heavenly Dew said it's the politics of all of it, but it's more like, how come the help isn't ready? How come, you look at territories from a couple of years ago, like Puerto Rico, who got crapped on.
Yeah.
You look at Louisiana, you look at Florida, you look at Texas, you look at what happened here in New York, and the president himself is going to come for a walkthrough for New Jersey and Queens. But when Queens is under, a foot of water, or someone's kitchen is up to the ceiling, there's water. After it crests, you sitting here and you're like, where's the relief? I go back to 2011, 2012, when there are multiple catastrophic problems for one agency. Okay, they're overwhelmed, but it just seems like, Heavenly Dew, it just seems like they're not ready. I have to go with Debbie on this one. They just seem, it's always like, oh, this is the first one. And I'm like, this should be something we should be able to fix.
Right. Now, you can't be there before the storm hits. What you put in place to be ready for the storm is going to get destroyed.
Okay.
By the weather. I would say that for what happened in New Orleans. Imagine setting everything up and then it gets flooded. What you put down is wasted. I didn't expect what happened in New York to happen to New York. I didn't expect that storm to be that strong, coming through inland and then going over. Because like I said, when I came back from the Poconos Thursday, I was driving through New Jersey and I saw a 3-car pileup on the right side. Kind of strange to me because the vehicles were abandoned.
Right.
Okay. Drive a little bit more. I see another 3-car pileup on the left side. First thing I think was, damn, it must have been a traffic jam. Drive another couple miles. I see another 3-car pileup, abandoned cars. I'm just like, wait. Something ain't right here. And the first thing I thought about was that blizzard in 93 that was up and down the East Coast that shut everything down.
Yeah.
When we was driving back, because I was in New York, stopped in New Jersey for a couple of days because the weather was so bad, the windshield wipers were freezing on the turnpike. So we stopped at my homeboy's house and we was picking up to come back to college with. Waited a couple of days. We're driving back. We go through Atlanta, and I see the same pileup on the side after the blizzard. These are vehicles that was abandoned, and the people got out of there. Okay, cool. And the first thing I'm thinking is, was this damage this bad up here? So we get through, come to the house, and get ready to go to LaGuardia later on. I see another 3-car pileup by LaGuardia. And everybody like, yeah, that's the flooding. The flooding did that. These are the people that tried, and they couldn't do it. They messed their cars up. They just had to get out there and leave the cars behind. Right. That's kind of messed up. So imagine setting something in place for a storm and it doesn't stand. By example, your house. You got a house designed for a storm. Okay, fine. Storm comes through, tornado comes through, boom. Now where you going to go and what you got to do? You can't establish anything until afterwards. FEMA comes in afterwards with everything that they have. They got to get approval. They got to get authorization. They can't come until a national disaster is declared, which I've noticed when the storms come about a day or two before, they declare the national disaster, which will give them time to go ahead and prep, but they got to prep for the location that they're going to. That's emergency management planning.
Right.
So I'm good with it. I just don't think it can be done. Not to a point where you can be there before it happens and be in place.
So hey, I just want to read some comments.
Sure.
So every time this happens, we are never ready. Why? Said by Debbie. So Heavenly Dew comes in with a few and says, if only one area needed help per day, though. There are multiple catastrophic problems for one agency. Debbie says, I worry about the kids.
I do too.
Is a few of my neighbors still have not moved back in their homes from the ice storm. I get it, but my point is humanity seems to take a back seat in America. Now, I mean, we're not ripping apart America.
That's evident.
Why did I hear Shots Fired soundtrack with those facts? But yeah, so that's I don't know, Tony. It's like I think humanity does, or when you have someone waiting, you have someone waiting for a check. Oh, I'm sorry, I had a little bit of feedback. Someone waiting for a check, and it hasn't come. The check hasn't come.
Struggling people are waiting for the check more than anything. Like I told you before, some of these people that's waiting for a check, I think some of their bank accounts still in the negatives. Now, much as I said last year, I don't think they should still be there this year. But I almost would understand if it was. I think I would understand if it was.
So is it still an echo on my end?
I'm not hearing anything.
Okay. I heard it for a bit.
A lot of people have echoes on their broadcast. We've got a lot of glitches and everything. I'm used to seeing and hearing it, so I'm actually good. Debbie says no.
So a lighter note, something else I can't fix is these karaoke live streams that you guys are doing. I can't fix this, but it's good. It's good. You guys, are letting your hair down and being yourselves, and it's fun. It's fun to catch the replay of it.
I have fun doing some of the songs. I definitely have fun interacting with people around the world that we all know the same thing. I get a kick out of that more than anything. You got to realize the demographics, age groups, genders, socioeconomic classes that are up there tripping out once a week. You're going to see some of the same faces. Other folks can't make it because of the different time zones or life or whatever, but We have a good time with it. I have fun with it. And honestly, I see the controversy. I hear the issues and all this and all that, but I'm like this. I remember when I brought the idea to Mike, he said he was going to do it. He's been running it. The sound's off. Yeah, we got that. We're trying to work on that. At some point, you look back at it and we just laughing our butts off.
That's good.
Yeah, we laughing our butts off. You got Mike in Canada, me in the United States, Colin in England, Helen in Scotland, Domiti in Australia, Candy in Japan, and we all jamming at the same time. If that's not what bringing the world together is about, I don't know what is.
It's true.
And call it what you want. Call it what you want. I'm pro-black till I die, but I love to see some world unity, and it's awesome.
We need a little bit more of it. It's good to have fun. It's good to ease up because you got so many people in so many different tight positions.
I see you, Heavenly Dude. Keep playing. Keep playing.
Heavenly Dude was on your Heavenly Dude was on the show tonight on what's the name? Sunday Night Smoke?
No, she's okay. She was on my show tonight. She was a little tired. Helga was on. Helga was looking tired. Yeah, she was looking tired today. And Smoke Show, she was. But it was almost the sun was about to come up where she's at.
Oh.
Yeah, she had been up all night. Her time, she was like 5-6 hours ahead of us.
Who, Heavenly Dude?
No, Helga.
Oh, Helga. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But she said she was hurt this morning.
Netherlands, right?
Yeah, she's in Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's more than 5 to 6 hours, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
I want to say 6. I think we asked her one time. She's 6 hours ahead, and Colin's 5 hours ahead.
I think tonight they were talking about friends with benefits, and I'm like, so I have to watch the replay of that. I always catch the title, and I always catch the beginning where I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what's going on.
It was a short show because it was straight to the point. It was a good show, though, but it was straight to the point. And the clips that Smoke played were actually accurate. You know, I love tripping out and acting up, but they were accurate. They were straight to the point. Big up Smoke for that show, for real.
Okay. Hey, want to talk about really, really quick All Out? The All Out pay-per-view was tonight. Dude, yeah. I got to tell you, I'm a kid at heart.
Right.
I still love watching wrestling.
I watch wrestling. It's got kind of...
You know?
Yeah, he and I talked about that. AEW, NXT, they're good. I haven't really watched them in about a good year. I'm not disappointed. Well, I'm not disappointed in what they're doing, but I've even slowed down watching WWE so much.
Well, I'm just saying it's entertainment.
Yeah, it is
entertainment. You can enjoy it. You can laugh. Because I remember when I used to bring my son. Well, let me run it back. I remember when my dad used to bring me. We would go to wrestling when I was a little kid, and we would go and we'd laugh, and it's somewhere you can spend a couple of hours. And Heavenly, wait a minute, Heavenly Dude, you just destroyed my world. She said wrestling is fake.
They were saying that my whole life. I already knew that was coming from somebody.
Oh, it's so entertaining, though.
I've been to a show. Not everything is fake about it. I've been to a wrestling event. They really do hit each other. I was done right there.
You know what? I went to a Monday Night Raw
episode. Yeah.
Episode. I went there. So it's from 8 to 11, right? The live show. So, but you got to get there. The show actually starts at like 7:15 because, the wrestlers are out there signing autographs and all that for the kids and everything. And then they have the first match, which isn't televised. So it's like a dark match.
Right.
So they come out, and then the CEO comes out and says hello to the fans. I mean, it's an entire event. But the funniest part was, so my son had to be maybe 6 or 7, and it was at the point where there was about to be a commercial break, and they had stopped fighting at the break, and the lights went down. And then my son was like, what in the world's happening? What? And then we had to wait, and then they played a couple of promos. Like, you can hear like, oh, this house show will be happening, such and such. And then they turned the lights back on, and then they started to fight again. And my son was like, "What in the world?"
Commercial
And I
break. It's
think,
a show.
yeah, I was like, and it was at that point when he
Sports
was like,
entertainment. Yeah, sports entertainment.
"Yeah," I
Sports
just remember
entertainment.
that.
Sports
Going
entertainment.
there. We were just talking about this a few days ago, where you're there and you're buying the replica belt and the T-shirts and all of this other stuff and the cotton candy, and you're emptying out your pockets.
Well, they got an audience that most people wish they had because they always have a sold out arena. Most concerts don't have sold out arenas. Most events don't have sold out arenas. Wrestling is always sold out 365 days a year, anywhere in the world.
Yeah. So, hey, Michael Bathurst is in the building.
Yep. What up, Mike?
I do want to say this. Mike, I tried to jump on your show Friday. I was trying to jump on. I was in the middle of a conference call. I tell you, your show ended, the conference call ended within 30 seconds of each other. And they had me on there and was just rambling about you know what.
Talking about on Friday afternoon?
Friday afternoon.
Yeah, because I was up there. Right.
I mean, I'm on the phone, and the person is like that, peanuts, womp, 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 womp. They're just complaining, and I'm like, okay.
Friday
I
afternoon?
want to jump on with you guys. So that was the deal.
Friday afternoon, somebody was on there complaining?
What? People complaining to me all day long.
Complaining to you. Yeah. I thought you meant on the broadcast. I was thinking.
Complain. We all need to be heard.
You think you're talking about his broadcast? That's what I was asking. You was talking about your job call, the conference call, not the broadcast, right?
Yeah, not the broadcast.
You're talking about the conference call.
I was trying to get on your broadcast.
Yeah, he's talking about the
conference call. Heavenly Dude, thank you so much for coming through, gracing us with your presence. You and I will talk behind the scenes. Definitely want to do. I want to interview Heavenly Dude.
Go for it. Mike last night was fine.
Not by me. Mike, I don't even know. Fix what you can. You always do your part. Thank you, Heavenly Dude. Ha, pay me. You got it. I'll pay you in Haps coins.
Wow.
Haps coins and a Starbucks card. How about that? But,
wow.
No, we're definitely going to do something soon. So, Mike's broadcast was the place to be last night, as usual. Love you too. What are we talking about, Tony?
I didn't say nothing.
Wait, ungorgeous lady. Wait. I don't know what Smoke is talking about. Oh my goodness. What's the name just came on?
What's that?
They're re-airing the card that I was watching earlier tonight.
Yeah, because TJ gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah. No, they're re-airing it on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, they always do
ladies of wrestling. I don't even know what Smoke is talking about. I don't know. I don't even want to touch that right there. But I know I need to watch this. There's two live streams. I gotta catch a replay. Last night, Mike's, and tonight with Smoke Show. I'm starting to hear that there was a lot of stuff happening. Talk about language on Haps lately.
Honestly, I won't say lately. I'll say it's been there. Not being funny, Mike. Maybe you're new to a lot of it, but it's been there. I've been seeing it for a minute.
You've been seeing what?
Language on Haps. Shit.
Language has been bad, good, indifferent.
Bad and indifferent. One of the things I said on my broadcast, people just got to stop talking to each other all reckless. I mean, I understand freedom of speech. I'm with everybody on freedom of speech, but people are reckless with their mouths up here. People are reckless on how they come across to people up here.
People want to be heard, Tony.
Yes, they do. And I allow people to be heard. It doesn't bother me one bit, but you don't have to denigrate anybody. You don't have to out-talk anybody. You don't have to overdo anybody. You don't have to minimize anybody to talk to anybody. And the bad part, you know what? I'm about to do my thing. Well, I try to behave on yours. I really do. I really try to behave on yours. The problem some people got up here is they don't know how to talk to folks unless they're talking down to them. Now, I call each and every last one of y'all out. Ted, you good? Oh, he had to drop down. Let me behave for Ted comes back. This is originally his show. He has me co-hosting, riding with him. I'll behave. Y'all know I got time. Y'all know I ain't got to work in the morning. Y'all know I stay up. If he doesn't want me to cut up, I won't cut up here. But I will go off. I will come on after this, and I will do my spill like I did last night, like I did the night before. Don't think I won't. What's up, man? I do, Mike. Mike, you know I do. The very first thing I ever told you when I came on your platform is I notice how you carry your platform, and I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to do the same thing with Ted. Ted tries not to curse. I already slipped up twice tonight, so I'm not going to say what I want to say. I'm going to wait till afterwards.
Her Story Untold is in the building.
Her Story Untold. How you doing, lady?
How you doing?
How you doing, lady? Y'all just wait till this is over. I'll do it after.
Mike, we love you too.
Because I was about to go. I was about to do my rant real quick, but I've been behaving
Lenny
up
P,
here.
we love you too, Lenny P.
What's up, Lenny? What's up, Lenny?
Lenny P catches a lot of heat up here.
Bruh.
She catches a lot of heat up here.
Bruh. Thank you, Her Story Untold. I see you smoke. Yeah, I was about to do my thing. The biggest problem, I can do it.
Good.
Come a little bit.
Speak your
mind.
The
biggest problem we have with people up here. No, because I don't want to snap for real. I almost caught my mold I normally caught when I was on Smoke Show in the first place.
Speak your mind.
But my thing is, some people up here know how to talk to people unless they're talking down to folks. That's y'all's damn problem. If you can't call somebody out or put them up on blast, you can't conversate with them. And if they don't see your side of things, you don't want to deal with them. Y'all are closed-minded. The biggest problem you're going to have with me is that I'm open to listen to any and everybody, because as much as I used to be shot down, I want to be heard as well. So some of y'all want to get up here and just talking to the camera to see who's watching. You don't even want to carry a conversation with anybody. And then when you do have a conversation with somebody, you got something negative to say. You're trying to find a line what they're talking about and want to put them on blast. It's old. It's juvenile. That's why everybody left the other platforms. We come here to do something better, and some of y'all brought that negativity and ignorance over here. I'm here all day. Get mad at me if you want to. I don't care. This is the internet. I ain't got to care about nobody up here, but I'm good with a bunch of folks that I've met up here. That's why I deal with each and everybody up here. Black, white, old, young, north, south, east, west, broke, rich, whale, penguin. I don't care. If you can communicate with me and I communicate with you, we're going to be fine. This is a broadcast platform. This is a broadcast network. If you can't deal with anybody, how are you going to expand what you got? Unless you're just like talking to yourself, which is what some of y'all look like y'all doing. This is just one beer. You want me to get the other?
So
do you want me to
wait
get
a minute.
the other?
I just want to stop you for a second, because I missed a lot.
Take your time.
I missed a lot. Communication is key.
Yes.
I missed a lot. I know there's been some reports of people snapping at each other. And I'm just thinking, people have been home for 18 months.
I agree.
So
I agree.
People are still learning each other. Communication is key. Communication is vital. Respect is vital. Understanding that everyone's going to have an opinion.
Yes.
Let me see if I can turn this down a little bit. I don't know if echo is me, but love is so important too. Love, respect, honor. I'm back. Forgot tomorrow was a holiday. Heavenly Dew is back in the building.
Good.
She gets a golf clap. Desiree is here. What's up, Des? Des, we're talking about love
What's
and
up, Des?
respect. Prior to you popping in, we were talking a little bit about wrestling, and I was talking about how I used to take my son to wrestling, and when I was a young kid, many years ago, I used to go to wrestling. But we're talking now about love and respect up here amongst each other.
Mm-hmm.
I just leave it there at that. But
what's up,
Eric
Des?
Heights is back in the building. No, it's. I mean, let's put it this way. So Tony,
Yes.
before you and I knew each other, and I would watch your broadcast, or you would watch my broadcast, we would say, "Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing?" I would chime in with a comment, and that's that.
Of course.
When I see Heavenly Dew's broadcast, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, it's something about nature, and we're chatting it up, and there's a certain level of respect. When Eric is on, or Des was on, I would jump in, say hello, be respectful.
Yes.
All those instances are not hard.
No, it's not. And if somebody does something you don't like, don't watch their stuff. I ain't got to report nobody up here. Y'all are barely. You might see me report somebody. I don't even know when, because I ain't got no plans on doing it. There's only one person
I have never reported anyone.
Only one person
I tell you
I have
this much.
unfollowed. Yes.
3 months ago, I made a joke. I made a joke. And the joke, well, it wasn't really a joke. I made a statement about hardware equipment. And boy, I heard it for about a week. Not only that, but Michael Bathurst caught hell over it.
Huh?
Yeah. You remember?
No, I don't.
We made a statement. I made a statement about hardware.
Okay.
About hardware failing. And kaboom, we did it on Michael's broadcast, and Michael caught hell over it. Okay? So at that point, I said to myself, you got to be mindful of the situation.
The viewing audience, not necessarily people who you could see in the chat, and not necessarily people who are on camera.
Well, you got a lot of lurkers.
Viewing audience, exactly. You see all of eyes.
We got a lot of lurkers.
We got 312 eyes up there, and I caught myself on purpose because I had this conversation.
Says, I remember, and that was a train wreck, and yes, it was.
I barely remember. I ain't gonna lie.
And the angry mob came up here for Michael Bathurst. They didn't come knocking on my door. They didn't come knocking on your door.
And I was on there too.
Yeah, you were on there too.
Okay, one of y'all remind me what it was.
They came after him because and they beat up on him for about a week and a half.
Really?
Yeah, it was like I was like talking to him on Twitter. I was like, yeah, man, don't.
Let me ask all of y'all a question. Why would you go after the person who did the broadcast instead of the person who said it?
Because it's his broadcast.
So what? He didn't say it.
He didn't say it.
That's petty. I'll go ahead and say it. You go after the person that said it. Don't go after the person whose broadcast it was on. Because the person who did the broadcast can't control nobody else's mouth on there. You can cut them off after they say it, but they can't control their mouth. I control my mouth on his. You see how easy it is?
Yeah.
I control my comments on everybody's broadcast. You see how easy it is? But some of y'all always got something to say on everybody else's stuff. Some of y'all always got opinions on your broadcast about somebody else. You want to drop the subliminals. It's juvenile. Y'all need to grow up. I'm here all day.
So wait, I got to put this on the screen right here. Got to put this on the screen. Tony, you have moderator access or director access, or
I still need your permission. I'm not going to do nothing without you because I get in trouble for doing that too.
You have the access. That was
I get in trouble. I get in trouble for that too. I'm trying to stay out of trouble. I have been the center of controversy.
Main characters because of popularity and favoritism.
I understand that to a little bit, but still, this is a problem I have with society. You want to go after somebody that's responsible instead of going after the person who did it, which is killing the messenger.
I want to put Dez's comment on screen.
I had somebody mad at me for something somebody else said on a broadcast that I was on.
People are so triggered nowadays, and she says, I'm just a smartass. Let's keep it real. Nobody talks in real life like they do on the internet. We're on to something.
Some do. I got to question that. No disrespect to him. No disrespect to you. I got a question that some of these folks do. They just know they
Oh
ain't
no,
gonna
no,
see
I'm
them.
just reading that. I'm just reading the chat.
They're not
I'm
gonna see
reading the
that
chat.
person
Go ahead.
anytime
Bo
soon.
Adams
And
says
if
no
they
one
do,
talks
yes.
to me in real life like they do on the internet. Yeah.
Well, to him,
Bo,
yeah. Okay.
because they're 5,000 miles away and they've got a whole bunch of courage sitting behind a keyboard.
We gotta here we go. Mike says, "Come on up. You ready?"
Sure.
Click. Here we go. Come on up, Mike. My thing is, some people will talk the same mess on the internet that they do in real life, and then when you see them,
Anyone
they
else
still
that
the
wants
same
to come
person.
up, just let us know if you want to come up.
And you get caught up in the victimization of instigating or antagonizing in person instead of on the internet. Trace it back to the internet, and you become the victim of the law more than they do. It's all a setup. It's all a setup. Stop falling for the setup. I've gone off up on here before, and I've cleared it up. Every issue I've had up here, I've cleared up. Or so I thought, because I'm quite sure something else is going to come up sometime soon.
I've never gone off on anybody up here.
I've gone off. I'll probably do it again, but I'm going to catch myself because times that I've been wrong, I try to fix myself up here, which some of these other people don't. Heavily do, don't you start with me, woman. Yeah, be like me. I will clear. Hold on there, great Wizard of Oz. You hold on real quick. Here's my thing. If you got drama up here, clear it up with that person specifically. Don't take it on a